Hey Facebook, Stephanie Locricchio coming to you live from this new platform, just looking to see if it's actually working. Let's see, hold on. I think it is. As you hop on, let me know if you see me. Let's see. All right, let's see how it goes. Hey guys, how are you? So I wanted to come to you with just a little recap from Trenton today. I'll wait for some people to hop on. Let me know that you can see me and hear me. I'm using a new platform so that I can stream over multiple social media things. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing, so I hope it's working. Are you guys able to see and hear me? Let's see. I can't hear anything. I can't see anything. Oh yes, I got likes, beautiful. Okay, awesome. How is everybody? Good? Okay, so what I wanted to do was come to you all live just to number one, test this new platform that I'm using. And number two, just to give an update from Trenton today. I was so happy to see so many people, so many familiar faces, and really encouraged to see the number of people growing who are showing up to protest for freedom, and really some new faces, which was amazing from when we were in Trenton in December and January, to see more freedom fighters out there, joining us with their flags. It was pretty cool. I wanted to just come to you guys live to just say that I sense fear from a lot of people after my lives, during my lives, some conversations, some comments that were made, and not everybody is fearful. Not everybody is terrified of being out there. There are some people that are afraid. And for those people, I want to say to honor where you are. For the people in our movement, I know that everyone has a feeling about what's going on. And there is always drama when there is a large group of people all fighting for the same thing. But I think it's really important right now that everyone put aside their differences with whatever your feeling is, going out, protesting, not protesting, however you feel, and just really start to get behind the people that are out there. Because at the end of the day, whether you agree, oh my God, I really got sunburned. Whether you agree with people being out there protesting, you agree with that they have a mask, they don't have a mask, I think we all need to remember what this country is built on and the fact that we stand for freedom. So for those of us that are strong, that are willing, and that are able to be out there fighting for our freedoms while still concerned about what's happening in our country, allow us to be out there and support what we're doing. For those that come on the page that don't share our feelings, that have differences about what we're doing, some of the comments, like, people just sound really stupid. And I don't understand, like, I would never purposely go onto someone's page and just insert a negative opinion or curse someone out or say something threatening. I was told that I shouldn't have access to medical care if I did get diagnosed with COVID. And I said, and I'll say it again, that I would really have to be on my deathbed to go to the hospital right now. So I'm not saying that if there was an emergency, I wouldn't. But all I'm saying to you is that doctors treat like maniacs, psychopaths, child pedophiles, people who have murdered other people, rapists. Their job is to treat people of all different kinds, whether they agree with them or not agree with them. Opinion does not matter when it comes to saving lives. And for the people that are on the front lines, I just want to acknowledge and give so much gratitude for all that you do. In no way does us being out there in any way take away from the work that you're doing, or in any way try to make the work that you're doing harder. We're fighting for something different. You're fighting to save lives on the front line, and we are fighting to save freedom on the front line, because I wholeheartedly believe that the biggest casualty of COVID-19, if we allow it to be, will be the casualty of our constitutional freedoms. It is where we're headed right now. And for a lot of people that can't see because they're blinded by the fear, it's okay. You don't have to see, you don't even have to agree, but you need to be supportive, because at the end of the day, we are all connected by that Constitution, by that Bill of Rights that apparently Governor Murphy thinks is above his pay grade. That's why we're there to remind him that he needs to be accountable to the Constitution that he promised to uphold. So let's stay united here. Let's not start to splinter off. We need, if you were in Trenton with me in December and January, whether you agree with us being out there or you don't, we are still on the same team. We are still working towards the same goal. We may see things differently at this moment, but it is so important. It is so vital that we stay connected, that we stay on the same team. Because moving forward, we are going to need an army to keep our bodily autonomy intact, to avoid whatever testing, tracing, vaccinating, whatever is coming down the pike. If you want to have a choice whether or not you want to download that app and have the ability to decide, hey, I'm cool with being traced, I'm cool with being tracked. If you want to decide if you want to wear a bracelet on your wrist, or you want to have a chip inserted. I mean, there's videos about chip parties. Like, for you people, have at it. God bless you. Please continue to go out there and be tracked and traced, and I'm fine with that. I don't share that same desire. I don't have that same want to be traced and tracked. I still believe that privacy is important, that people have a right to choose how they want to treat themselves, how they want to treat go outside, not go outside, wear a mask, not wear a mask. Obviously, in the spaces where we're told we have to wear a mask, we're going to. For me personally, and I don't know about anybody else, but I truly feel like I'm suffocating when I have it on. It feels really constrictive. It feels oppressive. I can't see anybody's facial expressions. I can't really connect with anybody. And I've done it because it's a safety thing and I get to go into stores and get food. I have to. I don't want to make people uncomfortable in those kinds of spaces where it's closed air. But literally, I'm watching people walk around with masks on outside when there are no other humans near them. You're breathing in your own carbon dioxide when you are in a sea of oxygen. Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Like, the things that we're being told, not everything that we're being told is 100% accurate. And I think as we move forward through this time, we're going to look back and we're going to learn a lot about things that we did well and things that we didn't do well. And I believe that one of the things that we didn't do well was closing the parks, limiting people's access to be outdoors, to breathe in fresh air, to get vitamin D, to have some normalcy in their lives. I mean, even for just depression alone, for mental health issues, the ability to be outside and get sunshine, that vitamin D is so vital to every part of our overall health and well-being. So to be forced in some cases to be stuck in four walls, not having access to breathe in fresh air or get sunshine, it is a detriment to health. To be told that driving through McDonald's is okay, but going to a local health food store and being able to sit down and social distance is not okay. Just the things that are out there. We have studies on hydroxychloroquine and vitamin C that are promising, but yet governors are refusing to provide those treatments to people. Why? Why? If the goal is to save lives, we should be doing anything and everything in our power to make sure that that is what's happening. Unnecessarily putting people on ventilators is killing people. And I'm not judging or criticizing the medical professionals. They're doing what they're told. But I know for a fact, my grandfather, who was a veteran, was unnecessarily put on a ventilator, and he did not come out of that hospital. He passed away in that hospital. I watched him, take him off that ventilator, and watched him take his last breaths in that room while everyone around him sobbed. And to think about these people that are being put in hospitals and put on ventilators and are there by themselves, scared, and have no family around them. And then these people who, my girlfriend, who I know that her father passed away from diabetic issues, and they forced to try to see if they could get a corona test. He didn't end up getting the corona test, but yet on his death certificate, it's COVID-19. Her father's in a body bag. She can't have access to proper burial. She can't put him in a suit. She can't say her last goodbyes. There's still human dignity. There's a way to dignify death, to dignify the loss of a loved one, to provide comfort. I mean, the fact that these people are in isolation with people in hazmat suits with no human connection. How does this translate into getting better? How does this translate into healing? Because other than food and shelter, human connection is a basic human need that is being denied to so many, and people are stuffed in their homes in small apartments with no access to a yard, no access to a park, with 3, 4, 5, 6 kids, with abusive spouses, with alcoholic family members, people who are abusing their children, all of these injustices, all these suicides, all these people now going on anti-anxiety and anti-depression medicine. Isn't it amazing that even in times of great trouble that the pharmaceutical companies still profit because people are still looking to them for the answers. And I have news for you. The biggest takeaway that everyone needs to get from this is that we have the answers. We have the power. We have the ability to heal ourselves if we do the things that we need to do to support our body. Being outside and breathing in fresh air, good for your body. Hiding in four walls and spraying everything with Lysol and breathing in all that crap, not good for your body. Washing your hands, great for your body. Using Purell, alcohol-based hand sanitizers, not good. It wears away at the natural immunity that you have. Not a good situation. Eating healthy whole foods, things that nourish your body, is good. Going to the store and loading up on Tostitos and diet soda and processed foods, not good, not going to support your body. Smoking and drinking, going to lower your immune system. Taking supplements, these are things that we should be talking about on the news, having conversations about, and we aren't. The only thing that I've seen conversation-wise was when the president talked about injecting disinfectants. And I know that there's a lot of controversy about what he said. I, for one, am very happy that he said it. I don't know what the intention behind it is. I know that he's a polarizing character. We had a person in Trenton today who pulled up and was cursing and screaming, F Trump and F all of you. This has nothing to do with President Trump. I don't understand these people. If you're on my live and you automatically think because I am outside protesting with people who wear Trump hats or have, flags that they're waving, that I am like a diehard Trump lover. No, I'm not a diehard Trump lover. I disagree with a lot of things that he says and does. But the one thing I know for sure is when it comes time to vote in 2020, I'm writing that man's name down because the alternative is not somewhere I want to go. We do not live in a communist country. We live in a country that is based on religious freedom, medical freedom, bodily autonomy, the right to have a gun to protect yourself. These are constitutional freedoms. It is written on a piece of paper. It's there. It cannot be erased. It's supposed to be there to make sure that the government is not overstepping. And when the governor of our state says that that's above his pay grade, well, we got a big problem in New Jersey because if it's above his pay grade, I think he needs to leave because it's like, me being a health coach and a yoga instructor and saying, taking classes to better my craft or to learn this dietary theory, or it's above my pay grade. Like I know better than, people that have written books and have had experiences and have things to say. This is the friggin' Constitution. It is the guiding principle of the entire country. So in conclusion, I think it's really time for people to unite because I say it all the time and I will say it again. We are stronger together. Dividing and conquering is a real thing. And I know people don't like having this whole situation compared to what happened in the Holocaust. And I'm not in any way trying to diminish what happens in the Holocaust. But if you look at the burning of the books, we have the censorship on the internet. I'm not allowed to say certain things on Facebook. I have fact checkers that are fact checking my information that I believe to be whole, true, real, that has science, that has evidence backed up. But if it doesn't support the narrative that is being perpetuated by the mainstream media, Facebook, Twitter, all these different accounts can censor my freedom of speech, and that's okay. I live in America. That's burning of the books, censorship on Facebook. It's the modern day burning. When you look at the slow manipulation, brainwashing, separation of a population that happens in Germany, when people suddenly thought that it was okay to call on your neighbors, and then you see Mayor de Blasio encouraging people to call on their neighbors, to dial 311 and to take pictures of people who aren't social distancing. It's a strange parallel, but it is a parallel. You think about people screaming. There was a video today of a woman screaming at kids for playing together in a field. It's like, this is where we're going. There's something very wrong here. This is not American. It is very un-American the way that a lot of Americans and people that are elected officials are behaving. So you can be sympathetic, empathetic, worried, concerns about COVID-19. thankful for your frontline workers. You can feel sadness for the people who have passed away. You can even feel fear about the virus itself, and you can still be outraged by the gross overreach of some governors, most of them Democrats. I hate to point out the obvious, but most of them are Democrats. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. We eventually are going to have an uncomfortable conversation about politics here, because many of you that are part of the medical freedom movement have and are registered Democrats for the most part, and there are some that I will say have been with us, and I will stand behind and support them 1000% anytime. I am not straight Democrat, straight Republican. I am an issue-based voter, and I watch how people vote on my issues. The people who do not vote in favor of what I feel is an exercise of my freedom, I will work very hard to get out of office, and Governor Murphy is top of my list. So that's how we have to start to look at this. We can't look at things as Republican, Democrat, black, white. I had people posting on my page that it's the picture of what white privilege looks like. I am not privileged to be standing outside protesting. I would much rather be working, teaching, doing something useful, picking my kid up from school, going for a walk in the park, spending time outside of my house. But I am instead standing there with my selfie stick, with my signs, with my flags, protecting the people's freedoms that are then cursing me out on Facebook and sending me, horrible pen messages. What's the deal with that? You don't have to agree with it. You don't even have to like me. I don't care if you like me. If you don't, there's something really handy on Facebook. It's called unfollow. And then there's a block and delete button. It's really magical. It's the most magical thing about Facebook. So if for some reason you don't like what I have to say, you don't agree with my actions, you don't agree with my perspective, I respectfully request and encourage that you unfollow, because I'm making space for the people who are with me, who see what I see, and who want to link arms and unite together against a dark and evil force that is trying to slowly peel away at our freedom. And that is why we were in Trenton today. So I hope that if you are in this medical freedom space, if you are in the freedom space, if you are a libertarian, if you are a Second Amendment person, we want to connect with you. We want to grow our army in New Jersey across state lines to make sure that all of our states are moving in a direction of restoring things to whatever normal is going to look like without mandatory anything. No mandated tracking, no mandated testing, no mandated treatment, and certainly not many mandatory vaccination, because I do not consent, I will never consent, and I will not comply with it. So if you feel that way and you are with me, it is time to join. I am going to send a little link for you to join the mailing list. You can get an invitation to my freedom group. If you have questions about the freedom group and you want to be added, you can send me an inbox. I will add you to it. There are questions that you need to answer. It is not a public group. It is something that is an invite only. So that is how you can help. If you want to know about the next gatherings, which I would like to say, for the record, I am not planning. I am just supporting those who choose to gather. And it's very serendipitous. It's very serendipitous. So that is what I have to say about that. I am so pleased to have seen so many faces, and thank all of you for the support, the love. For those of you that sent me nasty messages, I forgive you, and I understand that you're fearful and angry, and I don't let it mean anything, because at the end of the day, this work is not about me. It's not about being liked. It's not about being loved. It's not about being accepted. It's about speaking my truth and following my intuition and doing what I feel is in the best interest of me and my family, and that's what I did today. So I hope that those of you who know me know my come from and can respect that. And for those of you that are new, welcome. I encourage you to stay and get to know me and to start to get involved. This is a really pivotal time in history, and I believe wholeheartedly that the people in Trenton, that Battle of Trenton, is going in some history books. So I love you all. Let's continue to rise up, to speak up, to show up, and to do the thing, to be the change that we wish to see in the world. That's what we're aiming for. So for all of you freedom fighters that were there today, I love you. I'm so happy to stand next to you, to wave flags, to scream chants. It invigorates me, it enlivens me, and it gives me hope in a time where things have been really, really dark. So sending you so much love, so much light, and I will see you guys soon. I'm interested to see how this whole thing went with this new platform. I can't see any of your comments. I need to figure out why that is, but at least I got through the live this time, so that's good news. So I will be back soon, and I will definitely have more updates. Okay, take care. Have a beautiful night. Bye.